Our friend, my friend and yours, Melissa Mulligan, she has this program called it's like the Music Career Mastermind. She used to be a vocal coach.
Vocal.
And she's very good at it for a long time. And she still does that stuff, but it's more like she coaches you on your artistic lifestyle instead of just vocals. She develops a whole artist, like young kids into artists, and she tells them about what? Do I have something on my face?
No.
Oh, I thought you were giving me a indication.
No.
And she saves people from the pitfalls of themselves.
Sure.
And the music business and other artistic endeavors, mainly musicians. And she wrote this quote the other day, and she put it on her Instagram. And I liked it so much. And I shared it. And all my stupid comedian friends are coming out of nowhere and saying, that's awesome. So I wanted to share it again to see if it resonated with anybody else.
Okay.
2 times. Here it is. What other people see, and I want to know if you, what your thoughts are on it. Because you are also an artistic person.
Yes.
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 What others see as procrastination, the creative mind experiences as thinking. Songwriters, artists, and entrepreneurs are often productive, quotation marks, in short bursts of time and energy. If this resonates with you, don't sweat those hours of contemplation. You're not stuck. The pauses in between action are the most brilliant aspects of your process. Melissa Mulligan at music_career_mastermind. What do you think of that shit?
I think that it resonates. And I think that a lot of people who are creative end up into, it's like a, like a writer's block type thing for writers and songwriters and all of that stuff, right? And I think that it's important that you do have those moments of, quote, procrastination, right? Because it is the time that you're thinking about all of these things that you're just trying to like get out, right? Like you're just trying to have like this creative something. And if
Epiphany.
Yeah, if you're procrastinating or whatever, like, yeah, I think it's true. And I think that a lot of people need to give themselves a break, because it's like, as artistic people, you tend to beat yourself up for the times that you're on like a lull.
Yeah.
You constantly feel like you have to be on and you have to be going at 1,000 miles an hour. And if you're not doing it, then you're not doing anything.
Worthless.
And you've never done anything ever before, ever.
Why does it get to that point so fast? Here are all my thoughts about that. One, I think that it's true. It resonated with me immediately because I know myself. And that means I know first and foreskin that the creative process, the way I work creatively, I give it everything I got until the battery is gone, and then you got to recharge the battery. So the time in between, even if like yesterday, I know that we like having this show out every Monday, but in order for it to be the best it could possibly be, I knew, let's give it one more day. I'm sorry for the wait, but it'll be better if you give us a little bit more time. And I think that it will be. We're halfway through, and there's really unless we shit the bed for the rest of the episode, it'll be fine.
A lot of poop, farts, all kinds of stuff.
That's kind of what we're about. We're not a political podcast. We're a poop literally podcast. Don't write that down. So, but another thing I'll say is that you do need to know enough about yourself to know the difference between recharging your battery and procrastination.
Yeah.
Because I used to procrastinate a lot. And I still do with certain things. Sometimes. Try not to. It's a hard habit to break.
Right.
But you got to know the difference so you don't hear something like this and use it as your excuse to put everything off.
Right.
But when you know, it all goes back to like being able to fool yourself. If you're being honest with yourself and you know the difference between you're putting something off because it's hard or scary or whatever, or you're putting it off because you just need to recharge to make it the best version, then that is the most valuable information you could, or some of the most valuable information you can know about yourself as an artist or as a creative person. I'm just saying that it's worth however long it takes to figure out whether or not you are being lazy, because that's still on the spectrum somewhere, or procrastinating because you need to recharge your creative battery.
Right. I mean, too, as like artistic people, you're constantly going, right? You're constantly thinking about, you know, how can I make something better? What more can I do? Where am I going? So you're constantly like, just, it doesn't matter if we're having a conversation right now, it's still in the back of your mind. Like, okay, what else do I need to get done? Okay, what else can I do about that joke? Okay, what can I do about that color? What is a different technique that... what is a different color technique that I could try on a client or somebody that I'm having like an issue with, or, you know, like someone's color not taking, and what did I do wrong or whatever. And we're constantly just kind of going, you know, and it's funny that you bring this up, because this weekend, you know, Tim last night, my brother-in-law asked me, you know, like, he's like, did you have a good time? And I was like, yeah. I was like, it felt really good to just completely disconnect from work altogether. And he's like, you cut Teresa's hair. And I was like, that's not real work. You know, like, sure, I worked, whatever. I worked for an hour cutting her hair. Fine. But it also was like a moment for us to, like, you know, connect. And that's how, when we all lived at home, that's when I would see them most of the time, is behind the chair, because we were all busy and whatever. And like, they would come in and get their hair done or whatever. And that was like a chance for us to like connect. So it wasn't real work. It was us hanging out.
Right.
You know?
It wasn't listening to somebody's stories that you don't give a shit about.
No, it was us talking shit on each other and like fucking goofing around and like having fun, you know? After that, Hooker brought me coffee or something, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt good, even though I was still like working. Like I wasn't thinking about work. I just was able to just disconnect.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have like a trip where there was nothing extra.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't work involved, going to shows for you or doing whatever, you know, not that I mind that either, but sometimes it's hard when you spend time with people all the time.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So